everyone. Welcome to my book review. It is shockinglyme.com, author, me, Elizabeth. And I just, as much as I loved writing, I also love reading. And I think I might have said it before. That's why I really wanted to start reviewing books because I believe it's a Stephen King quote. And actually, there's a female author whose name escapes me at the moment. There's a lot of people who have said essentially, if you're going to be a writer, you need to be a reader. So that's why I wanted to do this, because as much as I love writing, I really do love reading as well. Uh, though I don't actually know which I did first. I'm assuming you need to learn to read before you can write, but I've always loved telling stories and talking. I'm sure that's a surprise to anyone. But I digress. So, welcome. Today we're going to talk about Sharon Needles and the Curse of the Devil's Deck. Ooh, good, we can still see it. So I want to throw out two disclaimers. The first is I'm probably going to spoil something for you if you are at all watching RuPaul's Drag Race, either from the beginning or All Stars or what have you. That's the first one. I apologize now. It's going to come out of my mouth. This is the fourth take I've done of this. Someone should probably teach me video editing. That would probably be more helpful, but it's going to happen. So I apologize. The second thing is, while I was putting together some notes, haha, I do that sometimes, for this book, or rather the review of this book. I did not write this book. This was written by Michael Thomas Ford and Sharon Needles. But while I was putting together some notes for this book, I did find that allegations of Sharon Needles' abuse and manipulation of a fan had come out in July of 2020, which, depending on how you've handled this past year, either feels like it was last week or you're very aware that it was a long year and it's been slow moving. Time has been slow moving. So I'm a little torn about giving a shout out to this book because I hate to see anyone being abused and manipulated. But as of right now, at least in the quick research I did, it is just an allegation. That doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean that it is true. Either way, I hope that it's not, but if it is, then I hope the fan who went through that can find some closure and some peace. But those are my two disclaimers. One, spoiler alert. Two, I'm torn because I don't know how I feel about promoting a book that may or may not have some scandalous, and awful actions associated with it. But saving silver lining here for promoting this book came out in 2016. So it is definitely a couple of years old. It's 5, right? Did I do math right? 21 minus 16, 5. Yeah. So this book is 5 years old. Although if I understand what I've read correctly, the allegations might have come out in July of 2020, but it seems that it was going on a little longer than that. So all of that aside, and I know that sounds like a very brash way to say that, but about this book, it is a murder mystery, kind of like a very funny film noir, for lack of a better description. It is about Sharon Needles attending a funeral for her professor, or actually for her teacher. I'll just read you the back. Her beloved cartomancy instructor during her years at Miss Choking Bones Academy for erstwhile young ladies, Sharon receives a mysterious inheritance. It appears to be the Devil's Deck, a legendary set of tarot cards reportedly drawn by Lucifer himself. When Sharon performs a reading with the cards, they imply the madam's death was not from natural causes. To find out what really happened, Sharon returns to the school looking for answers. There she finds herself entangled in a mystery involving a vengeful ghost, a lusty gym teacher, crafty co-eds, and a creature summoned from the depths of hell. Each day brings new questions, and the evil menacing school students grows more and more I can't say this word after I look at it. This is awful. Malevolent. Sharon will need to use every trick at her disposal to uncover the truth. But will the answers bring justice, or will they resurrect secrets better left buried? Dun, dun, dun. So that's what this book is about. It is 103 pages. It starts on page 5, it ends on page 108. It is 103 pages of witty, quick-moving whodunit. This is the mystery. Oh my goodness, I think I solved it. Did I solve it? Twist, turn, lots of jokes, lots of humor, and boom, end of book. And you won't be disappointed. Or maybe you'll be disappointed, but I wasn't. I was really surprised, actually. I started reading this and was like, this is actually really interesting. I'm intrigued. I need to know what happened. I am a sucker for a whodunit, like nobody's business. If I figure it out on page 1, I am reading it to the very end of the book because I need to know if I was right. I also love to solve things like this. So if you're at all interested in a whodunit and drag queens and humor and the occult and a little bit of darkness and a little bit of fun, this might be worth checking out. Now, there are 2 other, again, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. There's another Sickening adventure, number 3, by Michael Thomas Ford and another RuPaul's Drag Race superstar. So that book is also written by Michael Thomas Ford and a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race. There's a second one that is not, it does not have the fancy little crown of Sickening Adventure on it, but it has the same layout, the same artwork vibe, the same concept, and it's actually with Alaska, who, if you've watched the show, you know of her familiarity with Sharon Needles. But it has a different author whose name, it's Matthew, and I can't remember his last name. It starts with an R. Really, I need someone to teach me video editing and how to remember to write down notes before I do things like this. But it is, it doesn't have as great reviews as this one and the third one, but I haven't read either of the ones that come after this. This one I did just finish reading today, and I recommend it. Obviously, I'm enthused about it. Not so enthused, again, about the allegations against Sharon Needles. It's super disappointing, especially if you were ever a fan of the show. But here we are. I can't control other people. I can only control myself. At least most of the time I can control myself, and not obviously when I get excited about something. So yes, I recommend this if you are in the mood for a whodunit with some sass and some humor. Or if you're just a general fan of the occult, or if you're a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, I think that there's definitely some jokes in here that I got because I watched the show, and others that I'm like, I feel like that might have been a joke if only I knew more. But I would recommend it. Obviously, I am recommending it if you are remotely sensitive toward other people and wouldn't feel comfortable reading it. If the allegations against Sharon Needles prove to be true, then you should definitely do more research before buying a book and subsequently reading it and then talking about it on the internet, where it will never go away. So that is my probably talk too fast review throughout the whole thing. Sorry, I lied. Didn't mean to. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about, because I talked about Sharon Needles. I don't remember if I actually told you her biography. I don't think I did. I might have. I'll give you the quick recap just in case I already did. But basically, Sharon Needles left Iowa, moved to Pittsburgh, competed in RuPaul's Drag Race. She has a day declared after her. It's June 12th, and it's in Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh City Council declared June 12th Sharon Needles Day. She's done a lot for the LGBT community. She's released albums. She has a website. Michael Thomas Ford has a bunch of interesting books and a website, michaelthomasford.com. has a book, and I don't remember if it was this one or a previous version of this, but he has a book called Lily that looks really interesting as well. I don't know what year that's from. I'm sometimes behind the times, but I plan on checking it out. I put it on my Goodreads app. So, and this was why I brought this back. This cover, which I know if I get too close, you're not gonna be able to see it. And because we did the black and white for the, noir feel, this cover is amazing art. Like, if you really take the time to like look very closely, it has some great art. Yes, it's a little reminiscent of children's books, but it also captures kind of the entire essence and feel of this book, because that is one thing I will say. I have never read a book that I can recall, at least, where I felt so in the scenery and so in the location, and the setting was so strong that I felt like I was there. I knew I was in my living room, pictured behind me, but I felt like I was in New England at this academy, Miss Choking Bones Academy. And it was really cool. Like, one of the things that I don't do as well as I would like to when writing is scenery. And I've been working on it over the years, but when people do scenery and setting and it's really powerful, it catches me. One, I have admiration because I can't do it. Very similar to how I feel about watching drag queens transform. I can't do makeup to save my soul. I can do mascara and chapstick, and after that we start declining. I can kind of do eyeliner, but apparently I just found this out recently. I don't do it correctly. You're not actually supposed to like shove it all the way in there. You're just supposed to lightly touch on it, and I don't know how to do that. So again, I have an admiration for people who can do their makeup and who can transform to look so beautiful, and so flawless and so amazing. And also people who can write really moving scenery, which this definitely had something in the setting and the scenery that really captured my imagination and really, really just keyed me up about this book. Plus, then you add in the funny and the occult and the mystery, and I was sold. I also desperately forgot what I was saying. Oh, I remember. Hold the phone. The art on this book. It's done by Donnie, and Donnie, I apologize, Meloche, Meloche, and he is a digital artist and designer residing in Toronto, Ontario, at least in 2016. That's where he was living. I have not checked up to see if he's still located there, but he does have a website as well. It is Donnie, Donny, Meloche, Meloche.com. And his artwork, at least from this cover and the other cover I saw that he did, is beautiful. So you should definitely check that out as well. So now I think I've covered everything. I've stopped speaking so quickly, so I must have gotten all the good stuff out. But please check out our website. Our website, by the way, is mine, but I'm going to share it with everyone so it can be ours, at least in figure of speech. So check out our website. It's shockinglyme.com. I'm really bad at self-promotion because my heart starts getting all flurry. So check it out. There is some stuff that I wrote on there. They're actually all of my short stories, or rather, I wrote all the short stories that are on there. We have some new stories coming out. Definitely there's some scheduled for mid-April. They're actually entered into, they're a brother and sister piece, I guess. That actually probably isn't the right way to say that. They're related stories, and one of them is entered into a contest, so I have to wait until the results from that contest get back before I can post it, and I'm going to wait to do both of them. So those are coming out in April. I know that we're in February. Hopefully I'll get my butt in gear and have some more recent stories posted. So now that I feel like I'm just about to ruin this one and have to do take 5, I'm going to just stop talking and say thank you so much for coming by. I hope that all of you are reading and doing whatever makes you happiest in this life, as long as it doesn't involve hurting anyone else. And let me know if any of you read Sharon Needles and The Curse of the Devil's Deck, or if you have any video editing techniques that you want to share, makeup techniques. I'll pretty much talk about anything at this point. So I hope everyone is doing well, and I can't wait to see all of you soon. Hopefully, I'll have a new book read or a new story written so I can see you all. Bye.